It's time to podcast.
Under our bed.
Here we come again. It's a new week.
It's a brand new week full of exciting adventures.
Today we're going to talk about time.
Yeah, what do you think about time?
And time is so weird, isn't it?
It's so weird. I can't think too much about it or it blows my mind.
No kidding. It does blow your mind, doesn't it?
It does.
I feel like we've been living in warp speed the last, especially like week, but even more than that.
It does seem, everyone always says as they get older, that time seems to go faster.
Yeah.
And I think that's true.
Yeah.
I think time does seem to go faster.
Does that mean we're getting older?
I think so.
Whoa, really?
I just had a birthday.
Yes, you did.
Speaking of time.
Yes.
And that makes it, that's weird. I just turned 44.
Yeah.
And that seems so much older than 43.
Just wait till 45. How do you think 45 will feel?
I think that'll seem even older. I don't know.
Well, it's because you'll be closer to 50 than 40.
Yeah.
50.
That
Can you
so
believe
weird.
that? 50.
That's so
The
weird.
only time I've thought of 50 is like 50 Cent. Like the rapper. I mean, I never even thought I'd be 50.
I know. Isn't that interesting? When you're young, 30 seems so old.
Yeah.
And then you get to 30 and you're like, that's not old.
Yeah.
And then 50 seems old. And then you get to 50 and it kind of seems old.
It does seem weird. Speaking of that, what do you think is the best decade of life? I think the 30s. You said 30. I think 30s is where it's at.
I would agree. 30s
Really?
is pretty prime.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You just have, and I'm speaking generally, and no physical ailments, or I didn't even really feel different. I don't feel like physically till I was like 38, maybe a little bit or something. I started to feel a little bit something. And you have a little bit of experience and knowledge, wisdom in life, and you have a little bit under your belt, like you understand things, and then you're just still physically like in your prime.
Yeah.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. You're established in your family.
Yeah.
You've got kids. You've got...
Well, speaking, we did.
Generally.
Most people, yeah. Or some people, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's...
Yeah, in your
30s
career,
is good.
I guess that you have some experience. You know what you want to do. You know what's important. People always say, like, the 40s are awesome.
Really?
What is it about the 40s? Yeah, like, I feel like especially women, like, it's something about, like, self-awareness or not... like being caught up in the thick of thin things, or you know what I mean? I can't remember. I'm just speaking generally. Do you disagree with that?
I don't know. I haven't noticed that.
I just
so
offended
much.
every woman
40s.
who listens to our podcast. But have you heard that?
Maybe.
Kind of like accepting yourself or something. I don't know, being comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah, I don't know. I think 30s were the best, but
really,
we'll see.
So is it just downhill from here?
Oh, no, I wouldn't say downhill. It's just
different.
Yeah, 30s were just awesome.
Why do you say that?
Well, I think health-wise, for sure, 30s is good. You're not. I don't know. For me, I felt like I was in maybe the best shape of my life in my 30s.
Yeah,
which is maybe not how everyone is, but.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Really?
Yeah.
What's changed?
I think I just feel like I'm getting a little bit older.
Yeah. So you don't want to push it as hard?
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah, it's interesting.
I don't like that. Yeah. So time speeds up and then slows down and speeds up. Sometimes it seems so fast and sometimes not.
Yeah. Some weeks, like just take it week by week or even day by day. It's some days drag on forever and some are so fast. And it's an interesting thing.
Have you had a day drag on forever recently? I can't even.
Not recently.
Not really.
No.
But yeah, some days feel longer, but weeks, months, years seem shorter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think of it. It's March. It's spring.
That's crazy.
It's sunny outside, which is awesome. But we're done with, we're done with the holidays and everything. It seems weird to happen fast.
I know. It just in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, so it is interesting getting older. You have birthdays that are reminders. Do you like birthdays as you get older or no?
Not really.
Really? Why?
I mean, they're fine.
Yeah.
It's just not as big of a deal, and it shouldn't be, I guess, but it's just weird, I feel like, birthdays when you get older.
Really? Why?
I don't know. It's just just seems like a day like any other. And I'm not really sure what's different, but it just doesn't.
Is it depressing to like get older? Is that like count another year?
I know. I don't think it's depressing. It's just something's different about birthdays.
I thought we did some fun things on your birthday, but I guess not.
We did do some fun things on my birthday.
Well, we do fun things every day.
Yes, we do.
Like podcast. Yeah. And then also, I think your kids, like, we have no children in primary anymore.
Yeah.
In the church, which our youngest is 11.
Mm-hmm.
Our youngest son. Our daughter, who I think of as like 10. Perpetually 10.
I know.
Is about to get her learner's permit and start driving a car. Can you believe that? How is that going to be?
Strangest thing. I don't know.
I'm excited. I've started asking her if she wants to start driving. I like it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Maybe she won't be
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, and then we have a senior in high school who it seems like our oldest child just graduated from high school, but now this is a second one graduating from high school.
I know. Think of it, this time next year, we will be cut in half, like actually we will be probably like 6 months. It will just be 4 of us, 2 kids instead of 4 kids.
I'm barely used to having only 3. I remember when we first just had 3 when our oldest had gone, and I would count everywhere we went. I'd count kids and think, wait, This isn't right. This isn't right. We only have 3. Yeah, I'm just used to having 3 now, and now it's going to be 2.
I know. Yeah, he'll be graduating in a couple months, and then probably go on a mission or go off to college pretty quickly thereafter.
Mm-hmm.
And then our oldest is blowing our mind as well.
Things change constantly.
So he came home the other night engaged, like just a couple nights ago.
Yeah.
So here's what happened, and like here's why I feel like I'm living in warp speed. We gave some of the details of the youngest, but so our son was balling out, playing great in the state tournament. They heartbreakingly lost in the quarterfinals. We don't want to talk about that, or we'll shed tears. They lost. This like all happened within a 48-hour period. All of a sudden, they lost. His best friend got a mission call within 24 hours of losing. I don't know how. And he's going to India. Yeah. New Delhi, India. Like in 3 months, he'll be in India, which is awesome, by the way. That's got to be we've been there.
We were so excited.
It's such a great place.
Yeah.
He's going to love that. Yes. I would love that. It'd be so cool.
Yeah.
And then our oldest son came home one night. I was hanging with Truman, our 17-year-old, and half the basketball team, kind of dreaming about winning a state title. This is the night before they lost, and talking about, watching some basketball, Gonzaga St. Mary's, et cetera, et cetera. And he's been dating this wonderful girl, Brooke, and hey guys, come in. We're watching the game. And Brooke comes over and is like, hey Jeff, look at this. And put a ring in my face in a nice, cute way. It was good. Yes. That sounds, but I was like shocked. Did you see me?
Yeah.
How did I react to that?
Oh, I thought you seemed really excited.
Well, I was excited. I was surprised. Yeah. I was shocked.
Yeah. You were shocked. You weren't expecting that. You were watching basketball.
Yeah. It was like 10 p.m. randomly on a Saturday night, like me and the bums hanging out downstairs just watching basketball and talking hoop dreams. And so that all happened within like a 48-hour period.
It was like time warp.
It was.
Yeah. We had a lot happen in that short time.
Yeah. Sometimes life's like that.
Yeah.
Is it? Do you feel the same way? Do you feel like we're like fast forward right now?
Oh, yeah, totally. Just like someone pushed the button and here we go.
Yeah. How do you handle that? How are you dealing with it?
Oh.
Does it make you happy or sad? It's interesting. I was talking to one of my business partners yesterday, I think at lunch, and he has a son, Dallins are all the same age exactly. And saying he's like, I kind of get bored sometimes. I'm like excited for these big changes. He was like looking forward to it, which was cool. It's a good perspective, but.
Well, here's the way I think of it. So the changes are going to come whether we want them to or not. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
I guess that's true about life.
That is true about life. So again, here's the common theme is that I really am trying to relish those everyday moments because we've kind of gone through a little bit of what we're going through with our second oldest. Obviously, we've gone through it once before, but it's different with every child. I think because every child is different. And so it changes the dynamic of the family drastically just when one leaves.
Yeah.
Not necessarily because someone's leaving, but it's because that one is leaving.
Yeah.
And so
not just because the number, it's because that personality isn't there anymore. Yeah, intermixing with everyone.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that never, it doesn't get easier. It's just different. And
then you're adding personalities to the mix.
Then you're adding too, yeah.
You have marriages maybe, and then maybe grandkids or whatever, and you're adding all these new personalities.
Yes.
It's never going to be the same.
So
do you mourn that, or do you just charge ahead? And
I think you embrace it and you love it.
I love that attitude. Do you find yourself, is it easy for you to do that or no?
I think generally speaking, yes. I don't know. That's because I do mourn it as well, for sure. The fact that we have no, in one more year, we'll have no kids in elementary school.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
And it just keeps changing. And so you can't stop it. So that's why I say you embrace it and
well, I love that attitude. I think it's hard. I think it's a little hard to do that. It just seems so unsettling and weird. And you find your groove, you're in your groove, things are great. And then, things are constantly changing.
Yeah, it is hard. I mean, when we go back and watch our family home videos, I just find myself going, no, take me back to that day.
Really?
Take me back to those times. But at the same time, you don't want to just be stuck in one phase.
Yeah.
I want to experience all of it.
Well, there's good and bad in every phase, right? I mean, so it's really easy, like the good old days.
Yeah.
It's really easy to be like, oh, those were the good old days. I find myself thinking about that like kind of pre-governor race, like I was fully engaged in building companies and, blah, blah, blah. Those are the good old days. But I forget, man, those were really hard and stressful days too. Yes, like you always forget the bad, or it's easier, I think, you just think, again, thinking of kids, you remember all the good. We're seeing them be so cute. It's funny. Yeah. But you remember them not sleeping and traveling with 6 carriages and,
and the tantrums.
Yeah.
It's hard. Definitely. Every stage is hard in its own way, but it's also amazing and the best in its own way.
Yeah.
So it's easy to forget those bad things when you're thinking about
the good old days.
The good old days and how things used to be. But I think that's a good thing that we just remembered. That says something interesting about us as human beings, that we can forget all that and focus on those happy, fantastic times.
That's what we'll hopefully remember in the end, all the good times.
Yeah.
So whether your life is moving fast right now or slow right now or in between, make it good. And just remember, you'll probably just kind of remember the good, at least mostly.
Yeah, you will. And cherish all the time you have to make fabulous memories.
Yeah, like Sally says, relish the moment.
Relish the moment. You heard it here.
So profound. Love you, Sal.
Love you.
Good night.
Please leave a rating and review for Under Our Bed at your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe to the Extraordinary Us podcast with Jeff Burningham as well.
Hey guys, it's Jeff from the Extraordinary Us podcast. Thank you so much for listening to Under Our Bed with Jeff and Sal, my wife and I, we record from a studio literally directly under our master bedroom. It's a great little place for us to hang out and have conversations that I hope are meaningful to you. There's another podcast I do, if you have not heard, it's called The Extraordinary Us, where I interview people, many people that you have heard of from a variety of fields, and we talk about life. Coming up in 2022, we're going to talk about the future. What does the future of the world look like in regards to technology, cryptocurrency, governments, and other things? Can't wait to see you there. Hope that you'll subscribe to Extraordinary Us.